What's going on, my YouTube people? BlaiRWars here, and today I've just finished Vikings. I've literally just finished it. So this is called Vikings: The End of the Journey. I've just finished Vikings about a half an hour ago, and I really loved the ending, man. Like, I loved the whole series as a whole. It needed a lot to keep me in there. Like, I stopped watching at season 5 number 2, like the next season 5, and I really liked it, but I stopped watching it for a bit. And then I came back to it about a week ago, and I was like, you know what? I'm finishing this out. I've got to finish this. And we finally did. And I really loved it. Like, I really liked it a lot. And hopefully there's more Vikings to come. I mean, from where it ended, I won't give away any spoilers and stuff like that, but from where it ended, I feel like there's still more that can be done with it, but it kind of ended at a really nice place. That's what I think it done right. It ended at a really nice place where more could happen in the future, but a lot of stuff that you may not wanted to happen happened, you know what I mean? But yeah, so I really enjoyed Vikings. So if you haven't watched it, trust me, get into it. At the start, it may seem a little slow or whatnot, but oh man, it gets going. It really does get going, and some of the character arcs, the journeys that you go on with these characters, man, it's a ride. It really is a ride, and I really enjoyed it. So what got me into Vikings at the start? I was playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla, you know what I mean? Like, I was playing Valhalla, and I love history and stuff like that anyway. So I was playing through the game and stuff, and then I found out, I heard about Vikings before, but I'd never went to watch it. But I found out about Vikings after completing Assassin's Creed, and I was still in that mode, you know what I mean, of, you know, in that era, in that mode. I learned about a lot of characters and stuff. I learned a lot about, like, the Nordic Viking religion, and yeah, I just wanted to get into it with, like, the Saxons and, you know, ancient England and stuff like that. And I really just wanted to get into Vikings, so I got into Vikings, finally watched it all, and now here we are with the Vikings, the end of the journey. I wanted to do something right after, just to, like, cap it all off, you know what I mean? Now that I've finished Vikings, I wanted to cap it all off right now with something like this, where we can, like, travel back and see a lot of these characters and, like, culminate it all in one. So without further ado, let's just get into Vikings, the end of the journey. Where it all started. Assassin's Creed music.
Who are these strangers?
I cannot say. The ship was sighted sailing up the coast. It was a ship unlike any other. It used axes. Most were as tall as giants.
Where do they come from, these pagans?
I hated this guy. I actually hated that guy.
Couldn't understand anything.
Can't remember his
at
name.
all, except one word.
Aethelstan or something.
Ragnar.
Ragnar, you know, what a character.
And with this boat for the first time, we can go west.
I've heard such tales, Roll. Great towns and cities, treasures, forts of gold and silver, and a new god.
Tell them not to be afraid. God bless.
Just stories.
Just stories.
You must be Ragnar Lothbrok.
Are you Lothbrok?
Wow, man.
Loki.
Don't tell me you have never heard of him.
Your reputation goes ahead of you, Ragnar Lothbrok.
We're the first to sail west.
All things begin and end. A story.
People started to talk as if he was a god.
He was not a god, he was a man. A man with many dreams and many failings.
Despite all his failings, he's still the greatest man in the world to me. The gods have given me sons,
Father.
as they promised. But I want to know what the future holds. What will become of them?
The sons of Ragnar Lothbrok will be spoken of as long as men have
And they were.
to speak.
And they
All
were.
of you will be great warriors.
You will now be known as Björn Ironside.
Even your father.
The unkillable. Oh my god.
I've never in my life seen men fight as these Northmen fight. Believe me, there's something devilish in the way they look. There's a lack of fear in the face of death.
Oh man, I've literally just seen that moment.
Space between life and death. That's where we are the most alive.
Vikings are incorrigible. You emerge from the womb with only one thing on your mind: how to die.
To us, death is a bliss.
We fight. That is how we win, and that is how we die.
We shall destroy those Christian folk.
They have seen nothing yet. We're the masters now. Is it not so?
There can be no reconciliation between our gods, the true gods, and the god that they worship.
Loki.
One
Oh,
or
man.
the other must prevail. Priest.
Are you ready to sacrifice your life to appease and honor the gods?
I am not afraid.
In the presence of the gods, and in their honor, I offer the sacrifice.
I cannot stop thinking about death.
Alright, we just got interrupted by Nads. Let's get back into it, the fuck.
Death intrigues me. In my world, you just believe that your death is fate.
In my world, you must have a life worth living before you can even consider death.
Why did the gods keep me alive? That's just a question I keep asking myself.
What do you want?
I'd like to know what will happen to me.
This guy.
What will become of us?
The gods desire you to have a great future. I see that. But they can withdraw their goodwill at any time. You'll accomplish what others before you have failed to accomplish. But the cost will be too high.
We all choose to live a dangerous life. That is part of our way.
Our lives are fated. We all have to accept that.
We're all fated to die on a certain day, yes?
Our fate is fixed.
But it is our own choice to do as we please until that day comes. What is it you really want, Ivarr?
What is it you really want?
What is it you really want?
Oh, shit.
You want to be king. Don't deny it.
I've been betrayed very often in my life, but I've never got used to it.
Been deceived many times. But magic is not the cause of it.
Your ambition. You want to stand out. You want to be someone, Rolo. You want the gods to notice you.
I want to be the most famous man who ever lived.
But in order to become king of all Norway,
If you want to be king, you must kill me.
you would have to overthrow my husband.
Who wants to be king?
Power is always...
He didn't ever want to be king, that's the thing.
It attracts the worst.
You are a monster!
Each must die someday.
And corrupts the
I
best.
couldn't believe it when I seen Edge in Vikings.
Power is only given to those who are prepared to lower themselves, to pick it up.
I remember where we were boys.
Rollo.
We often fought against each other.
Stop!
This guy vanished.
Isn't that always the way with brothers? All things are dark.
This is madness!
We shall all of us go into the dark.
Not my brother. Never have been.
They hate and love each other all the time. We do not want to have to kill you.
I believe that he loves and hates you in equal measure.
I could never kill you.
We are all the sons of Ragnar. We have to stick together.
Seems the only thing that really kept the sons of Ragnar together was the death of their father.
Seems the gods brought us together again, my brother. You must enjoy seeing us fight.
I have a hope that there will be an end to this endless cycle of suffering and war.
It's not a matter of negotiation. It's always a matter of blood.
Sitting on that throne means nothing. There's an illusion of power that induces inside you a kind of madness.
Yeah, when he said that, I couldn't agree more.
True, Ivarr?
All who came before us are dead.
What?
And we are the remainders. And now we are going separately on our own paths. And I'm sad. All I know is that we will see each other again. In Valhalla.
Ragnar.
And we will be young again. We will be fierce and proud.
Whatever the fates have in store for us, we're sure
Half
to meet
done.
again in Valhalla.
We will laugh and sing. The gods will embrace us.
I will see you in Valhalla.
All father and Peter.
Oh,
Be
what a
We were
moment.
always meant to be. And so this is life.
This is life.
And so is this death.
And this is death, brother.
Farewell.
Wow.
Why do you want to fight? What are you fighting for?
Our father's dream was that we wouldn't be just raiders.
This land is rich. But here is a real treasure.
We are Viking. We are travelers. And we are traders. That is our destiny.
Think of your father, sat here, dreaming his dreams.
I've never in my whole
Man,
life seen
the
anything
parallels.
Like it. It was like a dream.
The parallels.
Places beyond all this.
And here is not my fate.
You have to defend Ragnar's dream. We are all trying to defend Ragnar's dream.
Look, Björn.
Look at this treasure.
It is further than our people have ever come. Further than Ragnar dreamed.
It's a new world.
We should
Ragnar's
always
dream.
remember Ragnar Lothbrok.
Ragnar.
Even if we did not know him.
This is our story.
Even if we only heard his name, and do you know why? Because we are all sons of Ragnar Lothbrok.
It gladdens me to know that Odin prepares for a feast.
Oh man.
Soon I shall be drinking ale from curved horns.
I'm actually getting chills. I'm actually getting chills.
Valhalla does not lament his death. I shall not enter Odin's hall with fear.
I need you to help me put my armor on. One last time.
There, I shall wait for my sons to join. Look at my boys, huh? And when they do, I will bask in their tales of triumph.
Even in death, Björn Ironside was victorious, which is one reason his name will never be forgotten, nor will they ever cease to sing of his exploits.
One day, everyone will know of Ivarr the boneless. The Asir will welcome me.
Don't be afraid.
My death comes without apology. And I welcome the Valkyries to summon me home.
Is that the end?
Man. Man. What a journey. The end of a journey. Oh my god. What a journey. That was actually crazy. Like just watching it all like culminate all into one and all of the parallels. Because even when I'm watching it, I'm seeing obviously all the parallels and stuff with every one of Ragnar's sons has a big parallel to a part of Ragnar. You know what I mean? They all have the massive part of Ragnar. They've took a piece out of him, and I kind of feel like that's what you see every time. You know what I mean? With Oba, with Ivarr, of course, and obviously all the rest of it, and Bjorn. Like it's just mad how it all just culminates and it all parallels together. And I think they've done a good job of it. To be honest, I think they've done a very good job. When we're looking at like favorite characters and stuff, it's so hard to like have a favorite because I'm trying to like put it all together now that I'm finished. You know what I mean? And what do I like the most? What don't I like? There was characters that kept me into this story. There was characters that kept me here because, you know, there was points in the story and stuff where I don't know whether it was the acting or whatnot. Just certain things sometimes just felt a little bit off on how to do it, but like any other TV show, you know what I mean? Like any other TV show. But yeah, it definitely had its little issues, this TV series, which is, it ranks highly, and on the TV series that I've ever watched, it definitely ranks highly. It was an amazing TV show. If you've never watched it, make sure you watch it. But it definitely had its issues, like any other TV show. But for favourite characters, of course, Ragnar Lothbrok. Let's be honest, his character arc was so crazy, it's unreal. And then, you know, when Ragnar died, I was like, where do we go from here? He is the main character. You've killed off the main character, you know what I mean? Like, not many TV shows or, you know, even movies have the balls to kill off their main character, you know what I mean? But they done it and carried on another, I think it was three or four seasons without him, you know what I mean? 3 or 4 seasons without Ragnar. But the whole point of it is that's what we seen. We seen the arc of not only Ragnar, but the other people around, you know, the Flokis and, you know, Rollo for the short time that we did. But we definitely seen an arc, a massive arc from so many different characters. It was like Game of Thrones, like how you see like arcs of so many characters. But at the start, Ragnar was the guy, and when he went, I was like, where do we go from here? Like, where do we go from here? But there's a vast world that's around, you know what I mean? And then after that, like, we had Ivarr, we had Bjorn. Like, Bjorn had to kind of step up, and I really enjoyed Bjorn's character. He was a bit overkill at times, like the guy didn't die and that, but his moment that he got right at the end, that moment that he had when he was on the horse and he went and he just rode out, because I thought he was dead, because the guy came in, the guy went to the settlement and told the prince that he was dead, and I was there like, what? Because she was doing the speech. Gunhild was doing the speech about, like, you know, about Bjorn, and then I seen him walk out on the horse. Well, he went out on the horse, rode out, and he was gone. Like, he actually was gone, basically. But it was like his last stand, you know what I mean? His last moment to show like the true courage, the true Bjorn, and I don't know, it gave him that mad character arc. Like, he obviously that didn't give him a mad character arc. He had a whole lot behind him to back it. But Bjorn was a character I really enjoyed. And that ending for him, in my eyes, was perfect. Like, it was perfect. Ivarr, so I've just finished not long ago the last season, and Ivarr and Fitzurk and Ivarr and what happens with Floki, because I knew there's no way Floki's dead. I knew that there is no way Floki's dead, and sure enough, after a good couple of seasons, we find him with the natives. I'm pretty sure that's America. They call it Golden Land. Yeah, Floki, I knew surely we had to come back. For a second, I was looking up there, and I was like, because as he was coming down from like the treehouse looking thing, as he was coming down, because he touched it and went, Ubba touched the carvings and said Ragnar, and it was a depiction of Ragnar, but it done by Floki. I should have like took that in because he's the builder, and for a second I was like, is this Ragnar? Like, there's no way. I watched him die. I watched him get bitten by a bunch of snakes. I watched it and I was like, nah, there's no way. And yeah, Floki, we finally seen him come back, and that was a joy. But it was very different, obviously, because of what happened in Iceland. Because of Edge, you know what I mean? Edge turns up. What? Edge in Vikings. I actually couldn't believe it when I seen it. But yeah, for Ivarr and Fitzurk, their ending was crazy. Like, it was just before Ivarr was attacked at Kattegat when Ivarr was king, and I was thinking to myself, like, this guy has to die here. Like, he has to die. Like, from all of the stuff that he's done, he has to die. And yeah, it didn't happen. Like, I lost. It's funny because Ivar's character was so funny because it went from you love him because you wanted to like him so much. In this, I think Ivarr had even more of a crazier character arc than even Ragnar himself. Like, when you think about it, Ivarr was that kid that was, you know, obviously Ivarr the boneless, we all know that what they call him, a cripple and stuff, and he was always getting picked on, and, you know, he was just always getting trampled on, and you wanted to love him at that point. You did have that love for him. I did anyway. I had that love for Ivarr, and then he slowly, as he got older and gained power, he lost himself. You know what I mean? As soon as he had power, he was always the crazy one. But I'm not sure whether it was because he met Ragnar. You know what I mean? Like, maybe because he met Ragnar and Ragnar gave him that, you know, talk when they were in the jail. Ragnar gave him that talk, and it must have like done something in him, you know what I mean? It must have changed the note, but it needed to. It, like, as much as he done so much wrong, he kind of needed to have that change, because, you know, he wasn't the guy that was, he was the guy that didn't have everything but was as powerful as anyone, you know what I mean? Like, he, you know, he was at a disadvantage all the time, and he's still, you know, he's going to be still just as famous and talked about as his dad in the future, you know what I mean? Obviously in the story, but yeah, Ivar's character right at the end when The guy just came and stabbed him a whole load of times, and he said, "Don't be afraid." I think we just seen it in this as well. And Ragnar said the exact same thing, as well before he died. So the parallels are crazy. Everyone's took a little bit out of everyone. Like Ivarr was a character I loved as well. You know, he took the approach of trying to be king, and he found that he wasn't a great king at all, and he did try, and he found that he couldn't. And then he took the piece of Ragnar where he'd go and explore. Bjorn dabbled with that first, but Ivarr like really took that and went away with it when he went to Iceland. And then when he found the Golden Land and all that stuff, because I swear he's in a boat, you know, with no water, no food for about had to have been at least this whole season, you know, that he was on that boat. But then he eventually finds Golden Land and eventually Floki and the natives, and yeah, so I'm guessing he's spending his rest of the days there. And you know that they're all just taking a piece of Ragnar. It's crazy to me how they all took a piece. Like Bjorn was a good king, Ivarr was the crazy part of Ragnar, but also the mastermind of Ragnar. Ivarr was the explorer. Hvitserk was just as good as anyone as well in battle. Like, this guy was going crazy every single time I seen him in battle. He was just going mad with it. Like, honestly, this guy was chopping off heads, chopping off arms, taking off like 5-man, 10-man. Hvitserk was literally out in the field. So yeah, man, Vikings, honestly, if you have not watched it, go give it a watch. I wish I kind of done I'd done it for a YouTube series, like, and watched it, but like on a watch along one, but it was long, and I was catching up because I didn't watch it from the start, so it would have been crazy. But yeah, if you've got any films, TV shows that you want me to watch, if you've got any like things, if you got any comments on what I've been saying, yeah, what you think of Vikings, have you watched it? Who's your favorite character? I wish there was more to come, you know what I mean? I wish there was more to come. There's so many deaths, so many, like, all these characters, you watch them grow old, and you know, some of them died from natural causes, some of them died in battle, some of them committed suicide. It was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. Like, the show was a whole roller coaster that didn't stop. But yeah, man, I really enjoyed that show. So you got any comments about this show? Let me know. What do you think of this? Did you enjoy it as well? Are you just getting into the Vikings? If you did, you probably shouldn't be here. So yeah, man, that's gonna do it. That's been Vikings, the end of the journey, and basically my little recap and review of the end of the whole Vikings. Yeah, I can't believe it's over. I can't believe there's no more to watch. But yeah, so make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you turn on post notifications as well, so you can get notified as soon as I put a video out. Also, if you don't already know, I've got a gaming channel. I'll have that link down in the description below, and my Twitch and stuff like that. And yeah, that's gonna do it. Vikings, the end of the journey, the end of the series for me. Hopefully we get some more. Peace.